Time for Law and Disorder.
I demand a lawyer.
With attorney Jeff Kaufman on 101.1 WJRR.
All right, Jeff Kaufman from Kaufman Lynd, personal injury attorneys. If you've been injured in a slip and fall, car accident, something of that nature, and you think you need some legal representation, good resource to use. Jeff, good friend of the show.
Maybe injured in a plane accident with another plane.
Jeff had a white knuckle experience early this morning, huh?
Yeah, that's not good. I was coming in on an American flight this morning in the fog, and what happens is when there's fog at MCO or Orlando, whatever you want to call it, they only have one runway. Mm-hmm. Well, we're coming in. I could see the ground. We're less than 100 feet up, and suddenly the pilot jacks the plane straight up, and I'm like, "Well, what the hell is this?" And they go, for reasons, we're going to go all the way to West Palm." At 4:00 in the morning, they land. 3:00 in the morning, they land in West Palm, and they come clean. They said, "Listen, there was another plane on the tarmac. He didn't take the left, so we had to pull up, and then we had gas, so we're here." And you get off the plane. We get off the plane, and this woman's there. Get out of the airport, and she's literally throwing people out of the airport. What about our bags? What about our stuff? And she goes, "Just get out of the airport." And I'm like, "This is nuts." So I just take. I had the show, so I got in an Uber and
you ready?
Headed on over here.
West Palm.
He Ubered it from West Palm.
Hey, you guys are important. I don't screw around.
$300 Uber ride.
Yeah, it's about $240. Oh. But I'm here, guys. But I'm just glad to be alive. I was like, I'm not getting on one of these planes again. I'm not getting on a plane for a while.
No, I heard that from you before when you were delayed and you missed the show and you had to do the show.
I didn't come close to dying. I'm okay with that one. Being late is different than, them saying, "Oh, there was another plane that forgot to take a left. That, we didn't want to run into the other plane."
So we'll go to West Palm. Why not just circle around and wait till the runway's clear and set her down?
My bags are still in West Palm, so I'm not even thinking about it.
Maybe go to Tampa, right? Or anything closer than West Palm.
Why go anywhere? Just circle around. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to some questions here from the listeners. We're glad you made it safe and sound.
Yeah, thanks,
Jeff.
Guys. I appreciate the love.
Glad you're alive. I got to tell you, I mentioned this to you a little bit ago. It would have been so cool if if it was the hours that Brightline were running. You could have just shot down here in a Brightline.
Yeah, almost. Brilliant.
A third of the cost.
The Uber took about a little over 2 hours. But I was, man. It's what it was.
I just did that drive.
Hey, I'm alive. I ain't complaining.
Over the weekend.
Go ahead.
All right. To Jeff, remember, when you need to get in touch with Jeff directly, it's jeff@whenyouneedus.com or pound 546 on your cell. To Jeff, I was delivering pizzas the other night and tripped over a raised paver from a tree root. Scraped up my hand, but I'm okay. I was injured. Oh, if I was injured, would that be the homeowners or workman's comp?
Well, the tough thing is this: if you're on the clock at Pizza Hut, technically, if you're not an independent contractor, because a lot of their drivers were independent contractors.
Okay.
If you're an independent contractor, then it's the homeowner. If it's the other way around, it's the business. You know what I mean? So if you were on the actual clock and you're not an independent contractor, it would be your business. But you could also go after the homeowner because they're supposed to take care of their property. You're not supposed to have hidden things. And if you can't see, you can't see. If it's not lit, you get hurt. But in this case, thank God you're not hurt. So good for you.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you got the pizza delivered.
Yeah, you got the whopping $6 to get scraped up, and
if not, they have the emergency pizza reward or one of those.
That's Domino's. Yeah, you if you trip on a paver or something, you can hit that button and the emergency pizza comes.
Or if you burn the meatloaf, it's like, oh, pizza emergency.
Right.
This guy, he didn't verify that he worked at Pizza Hut or anywhere.
Pizza delivery man.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Actually, more likely it was a Domino's than a Pizza Hut.
Well, who knows? Anyway, we get the idea.
I tell you what, with those damaged sidewalks or damaged driveway, one of my daughter's friends fractured her elbow in our driveway. I was sweating bullets. Luckily, the parents are both really good friends, really cool. So, thank God.
Bet you've heard that one before, Jeff.
All the time.
It was from a big camphor tree, too. The thing's still damaged.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, well.
Okay, this is somebody that, a trucker that listens to the show, who recently they put cameras in all the different trucks of their company. Yeah. And now he was reprimanded in the first week Plus,
For texting us.
I know, for texting us. Plus, they listen to us
brother.
all week.
Big brother.
Is it okay that they're listening to these truckers?
It is now that they let them know. If they're secretly doing it, that's a whole nother thing.
As long as they let them know,
As
hey,
long
there's a
as you're
camera.
aware of it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, dude. I know they do this. They do it for a couple different reasons, but one of the big things is they don't want to be liable for things that you do wrong. Like if you're texting, you're doing something else like that, you're technically committing a crime during the accident because it's illegal to do that now. And a business has to know that business is just CYA. You know what I'm trying to say?
100%. Cover it, man. Cover the ass. Mr. Kaufman, can you explain, and we'll do it in a nutshell, foreclosure laws in Florida? I know it's a big one.
Go back to a long time ago. Here's the deal. You don't pay, they have to give you notice, and then they come after you. And what happens, normally they have to give you notice, means that they file a lawsuit, they let you know all these things. Venue is determined, for example, what state they have to sue you in, how much time, if you make payments. I mean, a lot of it's going to be based on your contract. So if they decide to foreclose on you, they have to foreclose on you based on the rules of your contract plus the foreclosure laws in the state of Florida.
I saw a story. I want to say it was maybe Virginia area.
Yeah, I ain't covered there.
They've been trying to foreclose on this guy for 12 years.
Here's the thing.
12 years he's managed
I want you to know something. I was around during the days of the robo-signers where the banks were faking signatures.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they were just saying, "Oh yeah, we did all this." And the big thing is this:
Pencil whipping.
A lot of times they have to show the original note, which you signed, and they're going, "Oh, we lost the note," and they didn't lose the note. They just didn't want to
There
send
never
the
was
original.
one.
No, there was one. They just didn't want to send the original note in because it takes time and effort
Right.
to do that.
Right.
So imagine them every time having to send this original note in. They made millions off of saved interest by pushing the system faster by lying about these lost documents.
Yeah.
So that was the deal.
Shysters.
12
Yeah,
years
it's bad.
sounds a little ridiculous.
That's hardcore.
Well, that just means they're not doing the job right. They didn't follow the rules, and when you don't follow the rules, you have to start over again. It's just the way that works out.
And that dude still living in the house must spend every living moment fending them off. I mean, don't you just get tired at some point?
I don't care as much as for the banks as I do for somebody who actually gave a personal loan to somebody. That kind of sucks.
Somebody texted in, I got banned from a blank cruise line because I made a report to press charges against another guest who shoved me. Can they do that? Completely ban
It's a
them
private
from the
company. It's a private company. You don't have rights to go. It's like Disney World. They can ban you. It's not public. And what a lot of people don't know is all these cruise ships are not registered in Florida. They're
Ships registry Guatemala.
Yeah, they're registered in these countries where you have to sue them sometimes in these foreign countries.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. And I'm sorry, man. It's no fun. Somebody screwed up your cruise. A lot of times my best advice is walk away from it sometimes.
You can go to another cruise line.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling it started with a C. It just happens. It gets a little ornery on the sea cruises.
Jeff.
I've been on the sea cruises. You go on the R cruises if you don't have a lot of cash.
Well, I can't think of what the R's are.
It's a Royal Caribbean.
Oh, yeah. They're an RC. How do you report a slumlord?
Well, it does start with an R, though. Come on. All right.
How do you report a slumlord?
Well, for what? They could just be a crappy landlord. I mean, you have to say if he violated something that deals with a regulation, you notify the city. If he does something criminal, you notify the state attorney's office. If he does something against you that harms you, then you notify everybody and then file a civil lawsuit.
Instead of the big office, you just call the cops, right?
Well, if it's a regulatory issue, the cops aren't going to deal with it.
Okay.
They don't know the deal.
Okay. A slip and fall incident is surgery required. Oh, okay. During a slip or after a slip and fall incident, is surgery required for a bigger payout if damage is there? I think what they're getting at is some of the lawyers will say, "Oh, go see my doctor," and then they cut on
Here's the way this works. Insurance companies don't pay you based on your futures and everything else like this. They pay you on your medical bills. And normally it's a multiplier of your medical bills. So, of course, if you lose a limb or something else like that, they see that as a more expensive surgery in comparison to I scraped my knee.
They don't pay you on your futures like, hey, this individual had a great thing going and now they can't do that anymore because they lost their hand.
They consider that part of the multiplier. So let's say they give you 3 times your medical bills.
Okay.
They consider that the future is part of that.
Okay.
So that's how they wind up doing that. So yes, in a case where you have surgery, yes, you should recover more based on your higher medical bills. I'm not saying go get a bunch of medical bills if you don't need them.
No.
If you need more info or we didn't get to your question, you need something answered right now, you can reach out to Jeff anytime you want at Kaufman and Lynd.
Yep, I'm looking at a few right now from the text line. I'm printing those off now for next week. To get in touch with Jeff directly, it's Jeff at whenyouneedus.com or pound 546 on your cell.
Right, Jeff, be sure to give that Uber driver the 5-star.
Oh, I took care of him.
Okay, Jeff Kaufman from Kaufman and Lynd. Appreciate you making it in, Jeff.
Hey, better safe than sorry, right?